Welcome back everyone, welcome back to Let's Play NEO Scavenger. Wow, it's been like literally a month now I think that I haven't played this game, maybe more, possibly even more. And if you remember last time we actually had a character still, but since there were a few updates in between when I haven't played, the game has sort of bugged out. I wanted to record this next part, but unfortunately I could move unlimited amount of moves without ending my turn, so that was a bit odd, and other things were also bugging out, so we're just gonna do a new game for now. Oh, I can see some new skills. Enervated, out of shape and fatigues faster than usual. I don't like that. Alright, so we're gonna create a new character, and I wonder what kind of new things we'll be seeing. It's gonna be interesting. So, melee, of course. Strong, tough. Man, that's a lot of stuff already taken. I mean, strong is really nice because you can do a lot of damage in melee, and melee is pretty much all we use. Tough is also very nice because it allows you to resist a lot of damage. And then botany is quite nice. But I do like the trapping one. Where is it? Trapping is really nice. Love that one. And then I can have metabolism or myopia. 1 hex less than normal. No. Difficulty staying asleep. Yeah, I think I'll take metabolism and take something else. For example... Oh, hacking was quite interesting last time, but yeah. I don't know if it's really gonna help me that much. Electrician seems to be quite useless. Only a few vents you can do. Mechanic, nah, I don't know. Lockpicking could be interesting, but not really. I'm gonna take hacking, I think. Just to mix it up a little bit. Out of shape and fatigues faster than usual. It's odd that this is not mutually exclusive with strong or tough. Fatigues faster than usual. Yeah, I don't want that. Right, so we'll have this. You wake up disoriented, slumped over the base of an empty cryo-sleep pod, still damp from cryo fluid. The thick dust from the floor clings to your skin, leaving a clean spot on the ground where a large O5 is painted. So that's over here. Across the room there is an open door to the hallway, and a broken window leading outside. Just as you gather your wits, an unearthly scream erupts from down the hall beyond the doorway. Something is coming. Fast. Prepare to fight it, melee and strong. And hacking. No, strong and melee. You drop to a defensive stance as it bursts into the room. The beast stands on its hind legs like a man, but has the appearance of a ragged, predatory dog. The combination of your stance and build must really look imposing, because the dogman actually looks a bit confused when it sees you, and hesitates. You both lunge at each other, colliding with great force. The dogman realizes its error too late as you slam it against the door jamb. Repeatedly. Its corpse crumpled at your feet. You let loose with an unbridled roar that echoes down the facility's halls. I'm Arnold! Well, maybe not Arnold. You decide that it was so awesome that you fish through the console for the security footage and take it. Alright. Search the console. As per usual, we've got the Philip Kindred thing. And no savings, I think. At all. These are also interesting, because this is also Detroit, so I don't know why you can't use these. You know, to hack into the bank, for example. Climb out the window. You decide to go outside and see if you can figure out where you are. Avoiding the broken glass, you step onto the sill and outside, rustling some plants that have grown wild in the area. It's cool outside, and damp. Probably morning. The distant report of a gun catches your attention. You cock your head, listening, but it's over as quickly as it started. Obviously, you're not alone out here, though that doesn't necessarily comfort you. You're in the parking lot of a Geiger's cryo facility, but everything looks disused and in disrepair. Plants have pushed their way through the pavement and over the facility. Worst of all, nothing looks familiar. You don't remember this place, or even who you are. Your frustration mounts, but you catch it and put it in check. Might as well take a look around. Right, so let's scavenge first. Cryo facility. No skills to scavenge anything, unfortunately. You found something, it's only an entrance. Oh yeah, I do have this, of course. So let's immediately do this. Wait, kind of forgot how to do this. Right, 1, 2, 3, right? It changes stuff. Okay. So I need this, trapping, and this. So now we have a nice little thing. Unfortunately, all of this meat will go to waste. But hey, we have a very nice coat. Love it. Love it. Let's take this as well. Alright. All that lovely meat. Can we actually eat it? I guess we can, but it's probably going to make us sick quite a bit. Oh yeah, wait. Let's use this. Back in the cryo chamber, you still feel echoes of the panic that gripped you when you awoke here. It leaves you with an unsettled feeling. However, the time has passed. Maybe it's time to look around again. Let's explore down the hall. Outside the cryo chamber, there's a debris-filled corridor that looks disused. You climb over piles of refuse and rubble and come across a blocked doorway. A plaque on the wall reads Exam Room 17. Forcing the barricade aside, you peer into what looks like a clinic exam room. While there appears to be little worth looting, this room looks like it'd make a great hole upside. Right. Examine vent, electrical panel. The circuit's pretty fried. It'd take someone with some electrician skills to even guess if it could be repaired. And examine vent. Yep, it's a vent. Sure, it'd be nice if one of those mechanics or maintenance guys were around. So basically nothing we can do. Very nice drawing, though. It almost seems like the developer was meaning to make this game in a different style first, because otherwise you just get a picture of where you are, but here you actually get entire rooms, you know, just like a cutout, which is really nice. Must have taken a long time as well. This thing is the same, and I believe that none of the other places in the game have such such a style, which is kind of a shame, but yeah, I can just imagine how much time this would take. Right, let's leave the cryo facility. You climb back outside. Right, so, first of all, let's go and scavenge something. So there you go, now we're moving normally again. Let's search the forest. Strong. You found something. What, some mushrooms? Yeah. Don't really know if they're edible or not, so not gonna do anything about that. Loads of lovely meat over there, unfortunately. Oh, not enough moves. As you approach the town, there is no sign of activity. Buildings stand in ruin, vehicles are overturned and blackened with fire. Explosion marks radiate outwards from walls and pavement. In the distance, strange-looking creatures circle in the sky like monstrous leathery vultures. The world has drastically changed from what you knew. Some sort of cataclysm has befallen Earth, returning mankind to the Dark Ages. And along with it, your hopes of finding a warm meal and some answers. You decide to look around and scavenge what you can from the ruins. Yeah, let's certainly scan. That's a lot of stuff here. Storage shed, it's probably locked. Mixed bags, okay. No useful items here. Let's check this one as well. Busted knuckles. While forcing open a promising-looking container, your hand slips, leaving you with a sore hand. It's nothing serious, but it has hampered your scavenging efforts for now. No useful items. Let's actually check. No, we're not bruised or anything. E. Okay, I can use E to scavenge. No useful items, and likely alerted nearby creatures. Lovely. Let's see if there's anything here. You found... Oh! A working shopping cart. Well, it's a double-edged sword, this, for me. I love, obviously, hauling more stuff, but as soon as it breaks down, which this is going to break down soon, it's going to be painful. It's going to be real painful. Raid Rage. Tri-Jupiter group has been dealing with a month-long strike at its mine on Jupiter's L4 supercluster. The sometimes violent dispute that has choked supplies to Earth and cost Tri-Jupiter around 1.2 billion in revenue. So we're actually already mining. Oh, disposable bags. Don't mind if I do. I'll take some of this. Oh, yeah. That's certainly a new sound effect. Kind of cool. I could go back for all the meat, but it's going to spoil anyway, so I think I'm just going to leave it there. As you pick your way through the overgrown ruins, a peculiar sound becomes briefly audible. What? It disappears, but picks up again in a moment as if carried by air currents. It's a distant... it's that Zeds, right? It's a distant humming, like small gas engines, out of place in the stillness of empty forests and abandoned buildings. Would be nice if it told us where it's coming from. Of course, we know it's coming from the east. There's a lot more buildings now. You found something. Medium-sized branch. Oops. Cornucola, this. Handful of string. Scrap of foil. Interesting, that's new. Primitive power player. Okay, I think we've already read that. Oh, yeah, dirty rags. Come on. I'm just gonna take everything. Oh, nice sound effects. Lovely. I like those sound effects. Very sort of crisp and nice. No useful items here. Oh! Who the hell was that? That did not look like someone just scavenging about. That looked like a properly dressed guy. Ooh, meat cleaver. Not bad. Gonna put this here. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, yeah. I thought this was full, but it's actually full of string. Water, that I don't know where it's coming from. Handshot first. On the heels of the revelation of controversial Eternal Protector super soldier program, insurrection threatens to destabilize the industrial giants. We've already read that. Yeah, we could make a fire here if we wanted. There's a lot of foil here. What do you do with this? I wonder. Come on. Okay. Wait. Oh, I can't put that into the vehicle probably, right? Yeah, because it's such a small thing. I'm gonna put this here then. Boink. Ugh. Ugh. Since when did I put dirty rags around my crude air filter? Ah, that's interesting. Not really sure if dirty rags are the best choice, but hey, I'm gonna put this back into my little cart there. Where did that guy go? Oh, that's Zed's. Okay. I don't remember it being that near. No useful items. Let's have another one. Stuck in an opening. While trying to access a blocked room, you get stuck crawling through an opening in the debris. You manage to wriggle free again, but you lost quite a bit of time in the ordeal. No useful items found this time. Okay. Well, let's go to Zed's then. Yeah, that's probably a guard. As the source of the... Oh, it's Zomzoms, not Zed. As the source of the distant sounds finally comes into view, you stop in your tracks, unsure whether it's safe to continue. Ahead you see a titanic warehouse, like one of those distribution centers from before the apocalypse. There is a dull roar of ethanol generators combined with the occasional rev of unsuppressed exhaust from off-road vehicles. Figures seem to be milling about around a low extension on the right, and the occasional ATV arrives and departs without fanfare. You don't think you've been spotted yet, this far out, though with all the activity it's hard to tell. You know, I'm thinking it's actually random now where these things are played. That would be kind of cool. Approach the warehouse. Ooh, spooky music. You cautiously approach the warehouse, noting a bright sign reading Zomzoms, a place to eat. It hangs over a giant garage door, fenced off behind tarp and barbed wire. Bright lights, welding arcs and peculiar shadows can be seen in the fenced area, and a din of rowdy chatter echoes from within the building. A semi-trailer attached to one of the loading bays acts as a makeshift gate and pedway into the warehouse. Ragged-looking figures line up alongside the trailer, watched over by armed mercenaries. It looks more like a club than anything else, except for that tarp area. Just then, your stomach sinks when you realize there is a truck on the other side. Offloading... What? Offloading, not offloading. It's not two words. Offloading prisoners, slaves of some sort. Biting back panic, you reason that showing fear now might mark you as a target, and try not to break your stride. Mercifully, nobody seems to care. Let's approach the line. While in line, you feel a flutter of anxiety each time the line advances. With each step, you try to catch a glance of what's through the doorway in the trailer, but you still can't tell. Most of the people in line are ragtag looking, wearing mismatched clothes and stinking of sweat. Some confused, others bored. The guards are better groomed by comparison, though you suspect they'd just as soon murder you for your clothes if they weren't being paid. Up a few wooden plank steps, you step inside the semi-trailer, and hollow sounds of a crowd echo down the narrow corridor from the warehouse. To your right is a chipboard and mesh booth where an attendant is collecting fees, weapons, and stamping people before they walk down the trailer into the warehouse. "Stalker spectator," the attendant drones, looking disinterestedly past you. "Stock." "Hand," she demands, reaching for a stamp as you present your hand. She applies a symbol and number, then nods to another grisly merc, who checks you for weapons. You receive a chit for your confiscated items and are ushered down the trailer. You hear the man behind you answer, spectator to the attendant before passing into a wall of sound inside the warehouse proper. Inside, it's 1 part super club, 1 part gladiator pit. A wall of sound assaults your ears as you cross the threshold. Part human cacophony, part generator exhaust, mostly frenetic industrial music. And the smell of food and smoke. You can't hear it over the noise, but you can feel your stomach rumble at the smell of the sweet barbecue. The cavernous warehouse is dominated by a dirt-floored arena with high mesh walls. Spectators ring the pit at 3 sides, the 4th reserved for a large garage door leading outside into the tarp-fenced courtyard. Beyond the door, you catch the flash of welding arcs where it appears scrapyard robots are being prepped. Wonderful. And opposite the garage door, the thing you really care about right now, a wide booth with grills spewing sweet and spicy smoke into the rafters above. People clamor to get it and walk away with prize smeared over hands and lips alike. Barbecue. You wade through dirty patrons, intent on manhandling some ribs or beans and rice or whatever it is they've got cooking over there. Who knows how long you've been in cryo, how long it's been since you've had a hot meal. Pressing your way through the final wall of hungry patrons, you get an elbow on the counter and desperately try to make eye contact with one of the servers. A few eternal minutes later, one of the apron-clad food slingers glances at you and you nod like an excited dog. Yes. He reaches into a smoker box and withdraws a loaded skewer, placing it in your hand. Sweet, succulent barbecue. Savoring it at first, you start to grow paranoid that it'll be snatched from your hands, and you bear down on it with renewed fervor, huddling with it against your lips as you absently walk away from the grill. This meat, it's like good, fully developed veal. Not young, but not yet beef. Yes, very definitely like that, and not like any other meat you've tasted. In fact, so much that you think no person with a palate of ordinary, normal sensitiveness could distinguish it from veal. It is mild, good meat with no other sharply defined or highly characteristic tastes, such as, for instance, goat, high game, and pork have. The steak is lightly tougher than prime veal, a little stringy, but not too tough or stringy to be agreeably edible. The roast is tender and in color, texture, smell, as well as taste, strengthens your certainty that of all the meats you habitually know, veal is the one meat to which this meat is accurately comparable. Just then an announcer pipes up, with the same oscillating voice every strip club DJ seems to have. He starts hyping the crowd. "Can you count, suckers?" he shouts. Patrons start yelling back. "I said, can you count, suckers?" On cue, a testosterone-fueled wave of shouts comes from the floor. "Raise those numbers," he calls with expectation, and everybody raises their fists in unison. The music changes, lights switch to UV, and numbers appear on all the stamped hands. Hold on. I thought we saw numbers being stamped on people. If this was just, UV-sensitive color, then it was probably transparent. You wouldn't see it. Oh well. Your heart starts to race as you realize what's happening. Looking around, everyone has a stamp, but most of them don't look like yours. Everyone has numbers, but it's clear now that what the symbols are. Most patrons have silhouettes of vultures next to their numbers. You look down at your hands. Yours is a lamb. The announcer calls a number, a low number. You feel a bit nauseous, but also relieved. You raise your hand, nearby patrons looking suddenly, then quickly losing interest in it. A scream of protests erupts from the far side of the arena. Everyone nearby looks across, where a commotion is starting. A man is hoisted into the air, like a crowd surfer at a concert, and is propelled to the arena gate. Patrons claw the remainder of his barbecue from the flailing hands, fighting over it like dogs. Guards wrangle the struggling man, who is then tossed onto the dirt floor in the arena, and the gate sealed behind him. The winner is a filthy, weak, and confused-looking human. As he clambers to his feet, a clacking and squeaking sound crescendos from the opposite side of the arena. Cheers start erupting throughout the warehouse as the source of the noise rolls into the arena through the garage door. The bot is little more than a heavy, treaded ring of barbed spikes. A haphazardly hung LED sticker or ticker sits atop its mass, flickering the words Morningstar, confirming your suspicions as to its nature. Ugh, gruesome. We're gonna continue next time when this plays out. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.